Counterfeit luxury goods generate over $450 billion in sales worldwide. This shadowy industry thrives on deception, undermining legitimate businesses. From handbags to jewelry, counterfeiters create convincing replicas. This trade deceives consumers and poses serious economic challenges. The allure of luxury goods lies in their exclusivity and craftsmanship. Counterfeiters exploit this desire with cheaper alternatives. This global industry spans continents and infiltrates marketplaces. Consumers often fall victim to sophisticated fakes. The true cost extends beyond disappointed shoppers. It affects luxury brands, jobs, and fuels criminal activities. Fighting counterfeits requires international cooperation and consumer education. Understanding this industry helps us make informed choices and support the fight against fakes. The counterfeit luxury goods trade spans over 120 countries. It's a global enterprise with production hubs, distribution channels, and consumers on every continent. This makes it challenging for authorities to dismantle these illegal businesses. Counterfeit products often start in countries with lower labor costs. Factories mass-produce replicas using cheaper materials. These goods are transported through complex supply chains. Organized crime groups exploit the high profit margins. Proceeds fund other criminal enterprises, including drug trafficking and terrorism. International cooperation is essential to disrupt these networks. Countries can seize counterfeit goods and bring those responsible to justice. The fight against counterfeiting requires constant vigilance and adaptation. Guangzhou, a sprawling metropolis in southern China, has gained notoriety as a global hub for the production and distribution of counterfeit luxury goods. Known for its vast manufacturing capabilities and entrepreneurial spirit, Guangzhou has become a magnet for counterfeiters seeking to capitalize on the insatiable demand for luxury brands. The city's sprawling wholesale markets, such as the infamous Silk Market and Baiyun Leather Goods Market, are teeming with stalls selling convincing replicas of designer handbags, watches, clothing, and accessories. These markets attract buyers from around the world, including retailers, wholesalers, and individual consumers looking for a bargain. The concentration of counterfeit production in Guangzhou has earned it the nickname, the counterfeit capital of the world. The city's proximity to Hong Kong, a major international shipping hub, facilitates the global distribution of counterfeit goods. While Chinese authorities have made efforts to crack down on counterfeiting in recent years, the sheer scale of the industry in Guangzhou poses a significant challenge. The fight against counterfeiters in Guangzhou requires a sustained effort to dismantle production networks, disrupt supply chains, and deter both producers and consumers from engaging in this illegal trade. The proliferation of counterfeit luxury goods has had a profound impact on the legitimate luxury industry, costing brands billions of dollars in lost revenue and damage to their reputation. Counterfeiters erode the exclusivity and prestige associated with luxury brands, making it more difficult for companies to maintain their brand equity and pricing power. When consumers purchase counterfeit products, they are essentially stealing from the brands that have invested heavily in design, craftsmanship, and marketing. These lost sales translate into reduced profits, which can impact a company's ability to innovate, invest in research and development, and create jobs. Moreover, counterfeit goods often fail to meet the same quality and safety standards as genuine products. Counterfeit handbags may be made with inferior materials that wear out quickly, while counterfeit perfumes may contain harmful chemicals. These subpar products can tarnish a brand's image and erode consumer trust. Luxury brands are fighting back against counterfeiters through a variety of measures, including legal action, lobbying for stricter intellectual property laws, and investing in anti-counterfeiting technologies. However, the fight is an ongoing battle that requires constant vigilance and adaptation. The trade in counterfeit luxury goods extends far beyond financial losses for brands, carrying with it a significant human cost. Behind the facade of cheap designer knockoffs lies a dark underbelly of exploitation, forced labor, and human trafficking that fuels this illicit industry. Counterfeit operations often rely on vulnerable populations in developing countries where workers are subjected to deplorable working conditions, low wages, and long hours. These individuals, often migrants or those desperate for employment, are trapped in a cycle of poverty and exploitation. Furthermore, the profits generated from counterfeit goods often flow into the hands of organized crime groups, fueling other illegal activities such as drug trafficking, human trafficking, and even terrorism. This interconnected web of criminal enterprises exacerbates social problems and undermines the rule of law. Addressing the human cost of counterfeiting requires a multi-pronged approach. Governments must strengthen labor laws, improve working conditions, and crack down on forced labor practices. Consumers can play a role by making ethical purchasing decisions and supporting brands that uphold fair labor standards. The rise of e-commerce and online marketplaces has proven to be both a blessing and a curse for the luxury goods industry. While these platforms have created new opportunities for brands to reach a wider audience, they have also become breeding grounds for the sale of counterfeit products. Online marketplaces, with their vast reach and often lax oversight, provide fertile ground for counterfeiters to peddle their wares. The anonymity of the internet makes it easier for these sellers to operate undetected, while low barriers to entry allow them to quickly set up shop and disappear just as fast. Social media platforms have also become hotbeds for counterfeiters, who use sophisticated marketing tactics to target unsuspecting consumers. Influencer marketing, once a domain for promoting genuine products, has been infiltrated by counterfeiters who pay influencers to endorse their fake goods. Combating the sale of counterfeit luxury goods online requires a collaborative effort between platforms, brands, and law enforcement. Online marketplaces must invest in technologies and policies to detect and remove counterfeit listings, while brands must actively monitor these platforms and report infringing activity. In the face of this growing problem, authorities around the world are stepping up efforts to combat the counterfeit luxury goods trade. From seizing shipments of fake goods to shutting down illegal factories, law enforcement agencies are working tirelessly to disrupt these criminal networks. Customs officials play a crucial role in intercepting counterfeit goods at borders. Using advanced scanning technologies and intelligence sharing, they are cracking down on the flow of fake products into countries. In recent years, there have been numerous high-profile seizures of counterfeit luxury goods, demonstrating the increasing effectiveness of these efforts. Governments are also strengthening legislation to deter counterfeiting and increase penalties for those involved. Intellectual property laws are being revised to provide better protection for brands, while new laws are being introduced to target online platforms that facilitate the sale of counterfeit goods. The fight against counterfeiting is a continuous cat-and-mouse game, as criminals adapt their tactics to evade detection. As authorities become more sophisticated in their methods, so too do counterfeiters. This constant evolution requires ongoing investment in technology, training, and international cooperation. The battle against counterfeit luxury goods is a constant game of cat and mouse, with counterfeiters constantly evolving their tactics to stay one step ahead of authorities. As soon as one method of production or distribution is disrupted, another emerges, making it a perpetual challenge to eradicate this illicit trade. Counterfeiters are becoming increasingly sophisticated in their operations, using advanced manufacturing techniques to create replicas that are more difficult to distinguish from genuine products. They are also leveraging technology to their advantage, using encrypted messaging apps to communicate and dark web marketplaces to sell their goods anonymously. The global nature of the counterfeit trade adds another layer of complexity. Products are often manufactured in one country, shipped through several others, and ultimately sold in a completely different part of the world. This intricate web of operations makes it challenging for authorities to track the movement of goods and identify those responsible. Combating this ever-evolving threat requires a dynamic and adaptable approach. Law enforcement agencies must stay informed about the latest trends in counterfeiting, invest in cutting-edge technologies, and foster strong partnerships with industry stakeholders and international counterparts. The proliferation of counterfeit luxury goods presents a significant challenge for the future of the luxury industry. As counterfeiters become more sophisticated and e-commerce continues to grow, brands must find innovative ways to protect their intellectual property, preserve their brand equity, and maintain consumer trust. One promising avenue is the use of blockchain technology to create a secure and transparent system for tracking the provenance of luxury goods. By assigning each product a unique digital identifier, brands can provide consumers with verifiable proof of authenticity, reducing the risk of counterfeiting. Another important aspect is educating consumers about the ethical and economic implications of counterfeiting. By raising awareness about the human cost of this trade and the negative impact it has on brands and the economy, consumers can be empowered to make informed purchasing decisions. Ultimately, the fight against counterfeit luxury goods requires a multi-pronged approach involving collaboration between brands, governments, law enforcement agencies, and consumers. By working together, we can create a future where luxury retains its allure and its value, free from the shadow of counterfeiting.